Hello, I'm Dave.
I'm Tara.
We're Thirsty Thrifters.
Cheers. That was amazingly in sync. We make videos about Poshmark and everything about Poshmark, and we drink wine.
We drink wine.
This is from our subscription box that we just filmed a review on. It might be posted before or after this, but check it out. It's Bright Sellers. And also, I do have a closet on Poshmark, and Dave will put the name of it right here.
Can't believe you remember
It's linked
to
down
talk
there.
about that.
I'm trying to remember things. And we are on the 4th video in the testing out methods to increase your Poshmark sales. And this is going to be the last one for a while until I hear about a new one that interests me. Okay?
Okay.
So, the first 3 I did. The first week I followed party hosts and all their followers. Then I took a week off. Then the next week, what did I do? It's been so long ago.
Then you took a week
The
off.
next week I made a bundle for every like and sent them a private offer that way. Then I took a week off. Then I tried sharing my closet twice as much as normal, which was 6 times a day because I normally do 3. And then I took a week off of that. And this method we're going to talk about here is that the items I listed, which I list every day anyway, I listed the same category of items each day. Okay? So
if you do 5 shoes, you do 5 shoes?
Well, I did pairs. I tried to stick with pairs of shoes. Individual shoes don't sell.
Yeah,
so
you
well.
don't want to sell 5 shoes, 5 pairs.
So I
of
can tell
shoes.
you, because I wrote it down.
Shoes.
The first day, I did sweaters. The second day, I did pairs of shoes. The third day, I did shirts or tops. I think it's called tops. The 4th day, I did dresses. The 5th day, I did tops again. The 5th day, I did boots. And, I mean, that was 6th. I've lost count.
Was it pairs of boots or was it just boots?
It was 2 boots. And the last day, the 7th day, I hope I did those numbers right, was shorts. So this is something sent to me from, and I forget her name. Is it Melissa? It's Second Chance Gypsy. I know that. And I looked up her real name only once. She is in Florida, very close to Dizzy Angie. And I think it was Angie's actual idea, or she'd heard it. So this was mentioned to me as an idea to increase your sales. So Dave has, we have to go through, first of all, the things I have always done in my closet, and I continued to be consistent. This is the thing where you get to number with your fingers.
The number part?
Yeah. You ready?
Okay.
Get your fingers ready. What is the first number we usually do? 1. That's correct. So I share my entire closet 1 at a time, 3 times a day. I've always done that. I continued to do that. Number 2 is that I send offers to likers 15 minutes or so after somebody likes an item. I have always done that. I continued to do that during this week. Number 3 is that I relist my 5 oldest listings every day after I send my lowest and final offer the previous day. I have always done that. I kept doing it. Number 4 is that I list 5 new items a day. So the only difference was it was 5 items that are in the same category. And then number 4 is...
No, that's 5. That's 5.
See, I just got confused because I was just saying 5 over and over again.
This is why I have to put the numbers up.
I should have made the 5 items number 5, but number 5 is not my 5 items. Number 5 is to share items of my PFFs, my Poshmark Friends Forever. And I don't think it does anything in Poshmark's world except it tells my PFFs, hey guys, I like you.
Poshmark world.
Okay. So I kept doing those things through this week. And then the numbers that I was shooting for.
Here comes the numbers.
This takes very little time. How I came up with my numbers, in case you haven't watched before, is that I looked from 1 year to the next how much I had increased my sales by having more items and improving as a reseller. So from 1 year to the next, I had improved by 33.58%.
33.58.
So I predicted that my numbers would be that much better for these months coming up, I predicted. So I looked at like last January and last February and increased by that much.
Is this a forecast?
It is, yes, a forecast.
Boom.
I looked at my profit numbers after Poshmark fees. Okay, so my prediction was that I would make a profit every day.
Or forecast.
I
think prediction makes you sound like you're psychic.
It's just a educated prediction.
Or forecast. Okay. Let's call it.
It was going to be $51.15 per day after Poshmark fees. Okay? So the first 3 methods, I did get higher than that, in case you haven't watched those videos.
Yeah. One of them was like pretty good.
The sharing, double my normal amount, 6 times a day, was an average of $83.94 a day in profit I made. So that was a big increase. So we're going to talk about this method and how it turned out. So this is where Dave gets to ask me.
Is it interview time?
Interview questions.
Oh, it's interview time.
And there's 6 of them.
6 questions.
See if you can keep track of the numbers.
Oh, I keep track very well. I'm a good interviewer. So, how long did it take?
Took the same amount of time as it always takes. I always list 5 new items a day, and I still listed 5 new items. I just listed certain ones.
Didn't take any more time.
No more time.
So how easy was it?
It was okay. It was a little bit more difficult than normal for me because while I do have a lot of items, it was hard to get 5 things that were in the exact same category. So I would look at
being an issue if you only have 20 things.
Right.
Finding 5 things that are the same.
So I would look at my stuff and be like, oh, here's 5 sweaters. But then it turns out that 2 of them are men's. So is that the same category? Or do they need to be all 5 women's sweaters? So that was a little iffy.
Depends on what you got.
And then you get into the area where there are zip-up like jackets, zip-up hoodies, and hoodies are in a separate category as jackets completely, but they look and feel almost identical. I mean, that was the hard part for me because I had a lot of those.
If you've got 100 items, then try to make it as detailed.
That was the only difficult part. That's what I'm trying to say. That was the only
Moving on to number 3. Mm-hmm. What surprised you? Boo.
Not that.
Didn't work. Right. What surprised you?
Nothing surprised me. Nope. Nothing.
That's so informative. Thanks.
Sorry.
Thanks.
What was supposed to surprise me?
What? I have no idea. What should I know if I try this?
That it'll be harder than you think to find 5 things exactly the same. I mean, if you're planning your shopping like this, then that wouldn't be so hard. Like if you're going out looking for only shoes,
I don't know if you.
That's not gonna be tough. But you know, I had just bought stuff not thinking of this ahead of time, and so that was. But we'll get into why you shouldn't think about this too much in just a minute.
Yeah, and number 5, the question number 5. What were the results? Here we're gonna get down to the numbers. I have a feeling.
The results were this was my worst week in 2 months. This was the worst.
I hate to bring up sore subjects, but what were the numbers?
So as I mentioned before, the prediction without anything trying to increase my sales was $51.15. That was what I thought I would get. I made per day $36.46.
Oof.
So that was less.
We're not gonna keep the lights on very long like that.
So yeah, and yeah, where's my thing of the weeks? I have something that lists all 8 weeks. Here it is.
I think you need more paper.
So like my days, my weeks where I didn't do anything, I had one where I made a profit of $36.98 a day.
When you didn't do anything?
When I didn't do anything special. And that was better than this week. I mean, of course you're going to have up and down weeks. I'm not saying this caused my lower sales.
You predicted it as a psychic.
What?
You made the prediction and it didn't come true.
I'm just saying that this... I'm not saying this method will make your sales lower. I'm saying this didn't work.
Yeah. Do you want to know the sign of a true interviewer?
No,
You lost
probably
my
not.
papers, and I still know my last question.
Well, you've done it 4 times.
Would you do it again?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I had a feeling you would.
Unfortunately, with this, I mean, it was a week, but every other method I tried increased my sales. Some of them I still wouldn't do again because it was the amount of work I did was not proportional to the increase in sales. But this is the only one I tried that didn't increase my sales. And I didn't think it would. I honestly did not think it would make any difference because I don't think there's like a real Poshmark algorithm like that.
But let us know if it's helped you before. If you've done this before, and let us know.
So this is the end of our experimenting for now because there's no other experiment that
We're done experimenting?
For the moment, until somebody comes out with a new video saying, this is great, this increased my sales a gazillion. Until I hear that and feel like it needs tested, I'm going to take what I've learned and carry it forward. So what I'm doing from now on
making Dave share a little
is sharing my closet more, and I'm doing my bundling all the time now, and that may be another video in the future, but for now the experiments are over until I hear a new idea that intrigues me.
Cheers to a good experiment.
Yeah. 4 good experiments.
Well, the whole thing in of itself was an experiment. The experiment of experiments.
So if you have a new idea you want to propose to me, something people are saying just does a great job at increasing sales.
A theory.
You can let me know, and I'll look into it and maybe try it.
Tears the myth buster of Poshmark theories.
No, I want people to hear people's real numbers when they tried this, and not just I tried it for a day and it didn't work. I mean, there's so many of those things. I heard this worked and I tried it for one day and it didn't work. I tried for a full week because pretty much across the board, Mondays and Tuesdays were horrible, and then Thursdays and Fridays were great. So if you try it on a Monday and it doesn't work, well, sometimes even these things didn't work, even though they worked overall over a week. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. You got to try it a little longer. You got to have a baseline to go to see how much it worked, how much it didn't work.
Helps to have some predictions.
Yeah. So,
or forecasts.
I hope you have enjoyed this video. Any comments you have, leave below. But I don't recommend you try this method.
Don't try this at home.
I mean, it wasn't all that much extra work, but it didn't work. So, also comment for the weather below because that's all Dave cares about.
It's freaking cold here and snowing.
Good
Cheers
night.
to spring will be here soon.